All right, what is up, guys? So, I want to show you guys here essentially how any college student can make an extra $1,000 a month with no experience at all. It's something I personally have implemented myself when I started in basically with making money online. And so, what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to outline exactly what to do in something in a very simple 30-day roadmap that anyone can follow with like I said, no experience needed. If you guys have followed my other videos, you know how I got started with social media marketing, making money online. So all I'm going to do is show you guys a roadmap that anyone can follow so you can start doing the same as well. So it's a 30-day roadmap. Day one, we always start with clarity. It's important. Do not skip this step. Trust me, it's very, very important. This is the foundation. This is where it starts. This is the starting point of all of this. Okay, so trust me. Do not skip this. All right. So you want to gain clarity. So it always starts with these questions here. So what, the why, and the who. So the habits are. So the what is basically, what is your income goal? Like what do you want to start making? Is it just an extra 1,000 a month? Is it you want to be making 3,000? You want to be doing this full time, 5K, 10K? What is that for you? Okay, and so the second step is like, why do you want it? Like, what is your why behind why you want to start doing this? And so once you have your why down, it's really going to help you when things get kind of tough or discouraging. So I would really encourage you to get deep on the actual why, not just anything surface level. It's like truly like, why do you want to do this? And the stronger that why is, it's going to help you um, when your income goal is very high and the challenges seem even higher. So really take some time. That's why I decided to put this as day one. Like, really take some time to journal it down, write it down, and don't just keep it in your head. Write it down and keep it in front of you. I have my why and my goals in my notepad. So really take your time with this. The third one is what habits. So who do you need to be? Like, what habits do you need to have for you to like basically go through with this goal and implement this stuff. So I know for me, I'll give you guys some example. I need to be daily prospecting. I need to be doing daily sales practice. I'm definitely not a natural born salesman like Jordan Belfort, for example, or anything like that. So I know it's something that I need practice with, and I'm gonna dedicate time to it. And then I also have my morning routine, my night routine, which helps me with really solidifying my day so that I can really be like optimized and performing really well. Because trust me, when you're doing this, you really need to be on top of it, in terms of like optimizing your day, your routine, all that stuff, so that you feel really focused, energized, and ready to go with a strong why pushing you forward. All right, so this is where we get into it. So day 2 to 15, it's what's called the prospecting phase. So what we're going to do here is we're going to have an offer, and this offer is going to be to business owners. Now, business owners, the number one thing that they want are more clients, more customers that they can service. And so the number one thing that you can offer is ways for them to get more exposure. Now, the number one way to do that would be Facebook ads, or any sort of like lead generation service, like Google ads, Facebook ads, SEO, whatever it might be. But there's also things that really require no experience whatsoever, and you can still provide a service to these business owners that is in demand, which is social media marketing management. So social media management, and all that is, it's you're basically putting together 30 posts, and you post these on their Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, and you basically offer it. It could be 500 a month, it could be 1,000 a month, whatever you feel comfortable and confident with offering. And once you have that, you pick a niche. So a niche is just basically the type of business you want to be offering this to. So this could be, you know, the typical ones that people go to are usually restaurants, realtors. It could be, for example, sports bars, whatever it might be. What I would suggest is pick one that you already feel familiar with and you can like provide a result for. Maybe like you worked at a job at like a restaurant, and you know the business, or maybe you were like, for example, working at a tech company, so that could be something where you can offer them social media management, or even better yet, you can offer to manage their LinkedIn and reach out to prospects for their services or products. And so once you know your offer, which could either be social media management, it could be LinkedIn management, both of which I believe I've talked about in this YouTube channel. So go through there, picking a niche, I've also talked about as well. Go through and look that up as well, and gathering a list of businesses. So the top places where you want to find your ideal prospects, trust me when I say this, you only want to go after these. If you want to make this even faster, is you want to go after qualified business owners. What I mean by that is people that are already advertising. So number one, they've already invested in their business and they feel comfortable with doing that, which is something that can be said for example, new business owners or business owners that aren't producing as much sales for them to justify being able to invest in advertising. So gather those lists of businesses using Groupon, Yelp, write down the name, phone, email. Very simple. I just use a Google Sheet and then I just put it down. And then what you're going to do is you're going to start reaching out using the different prospecting methods, which is email, DM on either Facebook and Instagram, cold calling, and LinkedIn. All of these are things that I've spoken about in my channel. So if you need some more guidance or you want to know what that's like, then go ahead and go through my channel and you'll find those videos as well, especially with LinkedIn. There's a ton of videos that I've shown for being able to start outreaching and start booking meetings. So one thing before I move forward is the importance of picking a niche. You only want to go after one type of business. You don't want to scatter yourself, because what's going to happen is your messaging is going to be very, you're going to have to come up with different messaging for every business owner. And so why that's important is because when you reach out to them, and you'll see from the other videos I post that there's usually one solution that they're looking for. Like there's certain languaging that's going to help get them on the call. You know, if you, for example, tell a dentist like, hey, I can bring you Invisalign patients, it's not going to be the same thing you're going to tell to a plastic surgeon or, for example, a restaurant owner. So once you really know like what your market wants and you can portray that in a message, you can duplicate that across different platforms. So that's why I would urge you to just pick one niche, one type of business, and pick one offer. So social media management, okay? And so once you have that, day 7 to 15 is really going to be a mix of prospecting sales. So what that means is reaching out to business owners and then booking these meetings. And your aim is to get about 3 to 5 meetings per day, okay? So bare minimum at least one, but 3 to 5 meetings per day, it's really good. You're going to see some real growth that way. And you're role playing every morning. So you're practicing, you're preparing yourself for the sales calls. You know exactly how you're going to lead that conversation. You know exactly how to handle objections. So, you know, whenever you do come across objections, I would highly suggest writing those down and practicing those in front of the mirror every morning or whenever possible, really, so that you can really hone it in, make it a conscious habit, an unconscious habit that, you know, it just naturally flows when you're in a conversation with business owners. Now, day 15, that's where you're going to review and refine. Okay. So what I noticed when I started doing this for these amount of days, what ended up happening is I started to notice that there was one prospect method that worked really well for me and my niche. And this could really vary on you and your business that you choose. But for me, it was LinkedIn. And so I started to hone in on that and start refining the messaging on there. And I also found that there were common objections that were coming up in the sales calls. And so I started writing those down, and then I started practicing handling those objections. And so that really helped me. And so once I started refining, what ended up happening was day 15 to 30, what you're going to do is you're going to have, you now have your one offer, your one niche that you're doing. You're going to pick one outreach method, and then you have one sales process. So one way of getting people on a call and closing the deal. All right. So this could either be like a 2-call close. This could be a 1-call close. Whatever it is, you can have a pitch deck. You can have like a script, whatever it might be for you. Whatever feels the best for you for closing. Everyone's different. So pick one that's the best for you. Okay. And so that's basically what's going to happen for day 15 to 30 is you're going to be very, very focused in your offer, your niche, your outreach method, and your sales process, and you will close deals. What I would really emphasize here is the power of consistency, because what's going to happen is it could happen where you just get it like, within a week, within like a couple days, which does happen. And if it doesn't, that's okay. It might not just happen yet for you, but it will happen. And what's going to be very important is keeping strong mentally, and also keeping in mind that when you are doing these outreaches to business owners, when you are getting sales, when it comes to sales or prospecting in general, it's not going to be a game where you're reaching out to 50 business owners and then 49 of them say, hey, yeah, I'd love to, you know, I'd love for you to tell me, how you can help me. That's not going to happen. What's going to happen is, a small percentage of them are going to get back to you. And then those are the ones where you're going to be able to book a call with. Okay. So, and even on a sales call as well, not all of them are going to close. And so the thing that you can be assured of is as long as you are improving in your prospecting and sales, you will get people that close. That's a certainty. So long as you go through the numbers and you do the outreach that you need to do, and you're constantly refining, you will get this. So keep that in mind for when you are doing this. It is going to be something that is going to require a lot of your focus for you to do this. It is definitely something that doesn't require like an entire 12 12 hours of your day. Of course, if you do that, then you're going to see a lot of growth. But say that you're in school, maybe you have like a part-time job, and this is something you can dedicate 4 to 5 hours with. All right. And remember that, for these 30 days, you will need to block out those 4 hours and do this stuff consistently. I know for me, I was sending out messages. I was even booking meetings on like Saturday and Sunday, because I was just absolutely focused. And so if I can do it, so can you. I landed my first client within 19 days of doing this. I'll never forget. It was January 19th. And so if you just keep at it, it's going to happen for you. If you guys have any questions, you guys can definitely drop a comment down below. You also have my videos that can help you a ton with LinkedIn, with email. I've also shared my ringless voicemail strategy as well, how I find business owners, how I data mine them, and basically build these lists. So you have that as a resource. So go ahead and go through those videos. If you have any questions, feel free to post them down below, and I'll be happy to answer. You can also follow me on Instagram. My handle is instagram.com/Gilberto himself. I believe the link is down below. You can also contact me through there. All right, guys, I hope that this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next video.